Savages. Let's do it. Welcome to the RandomCoin Mining Show, where we have a list of GPU-mineable coins that we randomly pick one from that list, and we try to mine it within 30 minutes. That's our goal, 30 minutes, because at 10 o'clock we switch over to BrandonCoin's live stream on his YouTube channel. We do this every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we go through the process of mining it, and we use mining a random coin, and we use SimpleMining OS, Hive OS, or Windows 10. Most of the time it's just SimpleMining or Hive OS. And then since it's random, you know, oftentimes we'll run into a problem. A lot of times I'll collect all the information ahead of time, so it's not too big of a deal. But sometimes we will run into a problem, and you guys are going to help me, and I'll help y'all work through it, and we will mine this thing, whatever it is. Usually I stay with it until I figure it out if we do have a problem, most of the time. So that is pretty much the goal. And I'm just got to turn my light on here. And let's see here. Sometimes, you know, I pre-record, not sometimes, I always pre-record the randomization part, because you know, there's 100 plus GPU mineable coins on my list, and there's just a high probability that we would land on something that we would not be able to mine for various reasons. No pool, no support, no wallet, whatever. And so I pre-record that part just so that I can make sure, most of the time anyway, that it is going, whatever we landed on is going to be something that we can actually mine. So I don't want to waste, you know, 10 or 20 minutes only to find out that we are not able to mine it. So I pre-record that part, and that is pretty much where we're at. I will go ahead and start that video, the pre-recorded video, so that we can see what we landed on tonight. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know. If you saw the thumbnail here for the live stream, you probably already know, but I'll play the video anyway. So let's see what we are mining today. It is SimpleBank, and SimpleBank is a NeoScrypt algorithm, or uses the NeoScrypt algorithm. And you know, you have to collect all the appropriate information once you decide that you want to. Hey, what's up, Crypto Pope and everybody in chat? Yeah, I've had a second camera. I just always forget to turn it on. But basically, you have to collect a lot of information, you know, to actually successfully mine a coin. And I have a little spreadsheet here where I'm watching my temperatures. They're just rising like crazy here. I hope it doesn't crap out on me here. But I have a spreadsheet that I have, you know, basically everything listed that you need to collect in order to successfully mine a coin. So SimpleBank was not on CoinMarketCap, which I thought was really strange, because it is on WHATTOMINE. So there you go. It's kind of weird, you know. Don't know why it's like that. Typically, if it's not on CoinMarketCap, it's not going to be on WHATTOMINE. So I'm just again just collecting the information that we need. I'm going to turn the second camera off and see if it changes the temperature. I see it's rising. Yeah, we're hitting like 84 Celsius. I really got to get that figured out, man. It's driving me nuts. I think it was CryptoZ or ICU2 from the AeonPool.tech that said that this processor that I have, it's an old i7, and I guess that they actually run hot. It's a known, kind of a known thing. So yeah, I just got to build another machine once I get the funds. So I'm looking here. I'm just trying to figure out a wallet situation. I believe, I want to say that I end up finding a donation address on here. I did this last night, so I don't remember right off the top of my head. But I believe that I found a donation address. I'm not going to mine this coin. It's, you know, it's one of those coins that it's just random. We just landed on it, so we're gonna go through the process. So I didn't really want to download a full wallet, a full desktop wallet, or anything like that. I just wanted something simple. So I just grabbed a donation address there off of the BitCoinTalk thread. I think it was for a pool, maybe some type of donation for a pool or something. So we just go out to mining pool stats, and we're trying to find a pool to mine to or mine on. And I started going through all the process, the entire process, and getting all of the information so that hopefully if we get through it fast enough, we'll be able to go through mining on HiveOS and on SimpleMining. That's kind of like the goal. This one, I don't know if we can do that though, because it's NeoScrypt. We'll have to find, I think we use SGMiner for that, I believe, for AMD. So we might be able to do it. But both of my rigs behind me here are both on HiveOS right now. I mean, I could always, you know, throw in a SimpleMining, but the other two rigs in the garage are running SimpleMining. So we will see what we can come up with here. Let me open this door real quick. It's really cold in here, so this thing it's kind of weird that it is still running high. Okay, so that is the end of the pre-recorded video. So now we can switch over to the desktop, and I always like to show you guys like what I'm mining right now. Now this is not this doesn't have anything to do with SimpleBank or what the task is. Maybe hey, what's up from Sweden? That's awesome. Maybe I could save this till the end or something, but I like to get stuff like that out of the way, you know, at the beginning in case we run over and stuff like that. So so right now I am mining on the two AMD rigs. These are co-owned. I'm still mining Beam over on those. They're just two RX 580 8 GPU rigs, two of them. And then on the rigs over here behind me, I'm mining Grin on HiveOS. And doing okay. You can clearly see that NVIDIA is much stronger mining Grin than AMD, because this this rig right here is 12 GPUs. It's twice as many GPUs as this rig, and it's getting only two what do they call them, graphs per second more. So it's kind of weird, but I think there's some BIOS mods and things like that you can do. But Grin's brand new. I think it just came out yesterday, so there's some things that have to work their way out before you know, things are optimized and all that stuff. It's just going to take some time. Okay, so that's what I'm mining right now. Let's get back to the task here, and we will start off with, first I got to show you where we're at with the data collection. So here's where we got, which was in the video. So at SimpleBank, I think that weren't they just, I was kind of talking, I wasn't watching the video. Normally I like watching and paying attention so it can refresh my memory as to what this thing is about. I want to say that they're something to do with mobile wallets, super easy to, it wasn't point of sale, but it was, I think the biggest deal was mobile wallets, if I remember right. Let's just go to their website and see what they say real quick, because I want to kind of at least, you know a little bit about what we are looking to mine here. So SimpleBank, digital crypto bank, Okay, so, you know, I mean, obviously right off the bat, I'm not, you know, I've said this a bunch of times. In order for me to be interested in your project and throw hash power at it, you have to do something different. You have to solve a problem that hasn't been solved yet, right? And I remember looking at this and I didn't really think that there was much going on here as far as solving a problem that hasn't already got another solution. I'm kind of harsh with stuff like that. I hate that if you go over here to, I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but if you go over here to CoinMarketCap, I mean, this number was down to 2060, I believe, or 2065, something like that, just a couple weeks ago. So that's like 50 projects have been added in a couple weeks. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. Anyway, and I know that CoinMarketCap doesn't. This is not all of them. This is probably only half of what's actually out there, maybe even less than that. One of the things that, you know, is bad about open source, right? Making forks of all this stuff, and, you know, a bunch of projects out there. Okay, so let's start back to SimpleBank. It's a NeoScrypt algorithm. We'll try to start with simple mining. Might be a little bit tough over here, but we'll see. So let's go to group config, and then we're going to add a group. Oh, let me show you. I can't show you the hardware that we're using because these two rigs are, I don't have it on my spreadsheet. So they're just, one of them is, you can look right here actually. Let me show you what we got. One of them is 8 GB RS Radeon RX 580s, and the other one is the ASRock Phantom Gaming RX 580s. These run, usually this one is a little bit better as far as performance, but those ASRock cards are just not, they're just not real high quality, but they mine really well. So if you can find a great deal on them, like we did, whenever we bought those, it was get that card right there, get one GPU, and get a motherboard free. So it was an ASRock, was it an AM4 slot, but it was, I can't remember the number, it was 350, whatever that number is for their motherboards. So it was a decent motherboard. Anyway, alright, so let's head back over to group config. Let's get back on SimpleBank. So we'll say this is AMD, so we're going to use, we are going to use SGMiner, I believe, is the normal one that we use. We'll go with, we'll go with, yeah, SGMiner. This one here, I think this is the one that I normally use. You can see over here where it's got NeoScrypt actually listed. So we'll just use that one just for simplicity. These other ones probably do it also, being a fork of SGMiner. You know, so I think that they'll all do NeoScrypt. You kind of have to go, if you were looking to use a different miner, I would recommend you go to their BitCoinTalk thread and look up and see which algorithms they actually support, because there's a ton of them. And then if you're doing this in simple mining, it's tough, but if you're doing it in HiveOS, it'll list all the algorithms that that miner supports. So one of the small benefits to HiveOS. Okay, so what was it? SPLB, I think, was the ticker, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll go, it was NeoScrypt, so we'll say NeoScrypt. And then this is AMD, and then YouTube. Alright, so we'll go AMD here. This is just my naming convention that I typically use. Okay, so for SGMiner, we have crazy miner options down here. And they actually put an address in there. Normally they don't put an address in there, trying to trick us into mining into one of the devs' addresses here. That's kind of funny. Alright, so let's go out here and we're going to change the kernel, which would be algorithm, to NeoScrypt, I would assume. This is going to take some time, trial and error here, I think. Because I don't, and it's been a while since we've done a NeoScrypt algorithm. So we have to go back over here and get our pool and our port. Copy that. Throw that in here. Then our receiving address. Go over here. Oop. Back over here and get the address. Alright. I'll leave the other stuff default. Okay, we will try it. Where did I get that pool from? I must have got that off of mining pool stats. That's a weird pool. Actually, you know what? I've got the, I forgot I did that. On the pool, the website for the pool actually had the miner options listed. So let's kind of take a look at those and see if what we've got is the same. And it does look like it, but there's a bunch of extra stuff here. But we'll leave it since it's the default for this particular miner, right? So I'll leave some of the default stuff there and just click add group. Let me make sure it's something here. Make sure I'm right here as far as, yeah, so it's AMD. Alright, I was just looking, double checking this to make sure that it was, that this miner is for AMD. Alright, so now we can go to rig list and just choose one. We'll use the ASRock rig down here. Group config, we're going to assign the group that we just created to it, and it was SPLB, NeoScrypt, and save. So now it is going to reboot. I can't show you, it's out in the garage, so I don't have a screen attached to it. Not like this one over here. Yeah, that thing keeps dropping offline. That the NVIDIA rig does. The other one's solid, but no, maybe not. They both died. Great. And I had another thing happen with HiveOS today where everything just disappeared again. I had to wait a little while and then refresh, and then it all came back. It's weird. I'm not a fan of that little glitch or quirk or whatever you want to call it with HiveOS. It might be something I'm doing wrong, but I don't think so. So right here it's still mining Beam. It hasn't restarted yet. You can see right here where it's got a reload the miner program little indication here. There it goes. So we'll bring up the console. And it doesn't have that miner, so it's going to go ahead and download the miner. Let's see if it's going to work. Does anybody know if Brandon's, I know he put a reminder yesterday, I believe, for tonight. Everybody went, I ended my stream and everybody went over there, and there was like 10 or 12 people waiting. But it says on there that he scheduled a premiere for, I think it was for tonight. So, yeah, kind of crazy. Okay, so it failed. Building, blah, blah, port, or URL there. Address offset exceeds variable size. Alright, so what I want to do, I think I've seen this before. Man, I need to start documenting all these little errors. I'm bad about that. Because I figure that since I'm recording it, that I don't need to worry about like documenting the errors and stuff. I really need to do that. Alright, so let's go back to group config. Let's go and check out our actual group here. See if we can figure out what we did wrong. What I kind of want to do. Before we do anything else, let's just try a different pool. Because with these small coins like this, sometimes the pool between last night and today, it might be gone. It might not even be up anymore, or at least not for that coin. So, was it SPLB? Let's just go. Okay, so it is the first pool. So there you go. So it's definitely up and running. Yeah, this is where I got the, you know, stratum address and all that stuff. All right, so let's look on here. SimpleBank 1128. Check that port. That should be good. I mean, I think it hit the. I keep looking back there like it's behind me. 28. Let's try taking most of this stuff off. I want to just see what the symptom is here. If we take off all the stuff besides. I'm kind of wondering about that address. It looks awfully short. Let's try this. Anybody got any ideas? Any NeoScrypt miners out there? So it's reloading the miner. Alright, so I think I probably need to put some of those options back on there on the miner, because this is like it's almost like verbose mode, I guess, because there was one option that I took off of there. It looks like it's working, but let's go and make sure. So let's go back to our group config. I just want to put what I believe back on there, what needs to be back on there from the miner default options. Let's go with, I'm not sure what the W8 is, but we'll go with that right there. Text only. What was at the very beginning of this? It was no submit stale kernel. Okay. So we'll save that. We'll see if that kind of cleans it up to where we can kind of tell what's going on. It did look like it was working. I think I saw some hash rates on there and stuff. So let's just see. Let's see if that cleans it up a little bit. Thank you guys for coming out, man. This is pretty cool. Hanging out, doing some random mining. This is one of those things I seriously, I look forward to it. I do. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep doing this, and it'll be fun. Eventually, we'll get down to, you know, only having a couple coins on the list, and we will have mined everything on, you know, everything possible. I think I don't know. My opinion is it works really well for just keeping, you know, your blade sharp, so to speak. You know, going through all the different motions and figuring out like what we just did. If you saw what I just did, it's clearly working because I'm seeing hash rates and stuff here, right? So, you know, I noticed that I had taken off that option for the text only, and apparently this miner kind of needs that to clean up the screen a little bit and make it look legible. So I just remembered that. I think probably what broke it was the kernel option at the beginning. I believe that's probably what was giving us the most problem. So that's why I ended up taking that out, and then there was one other thing in there that I took out as well. So it's just part of that honing the skills, just keeping up on it and making sure that you're going to be able to mine something when the time comes. Yeah, no submit stale. This right here could probably go back in there, and it probably wouldn't hurt it. But I think that the kernel option here hurt it, and possibly the raw intensity, but the rest of it clearly was okay, because that's what's in there now. So not bad, kind of cool. Let me copy this before I lose it, put it back over here, and that way I can put it into the description of the video whenever the time comes, so that we don't mess that up. And then for AMD, we're using SGMiner, and then NVIDIA. I mean, we've got 4 minutes. We could I think that we could probably knock this out on HiveOS as well. Let's head over here to HiveOS, and it doesn't really matter. We'll use the NVIDIA rig since we used AMD before. Let's go to flight sheets, see if we can knock this out super fast. Whoa, stop keyboard. SPLB. Simple. Oh, they don't have it. It's not in there. Uh-oh. Alright, so what we have to do, go to wallets, add a wallet, SimpleBank. Let's go with the ticker instead. And we have to create it. It did go and grab it, so that's cool. Grab the icon anyway. Grab our address here. That in there. SPLB. YouTube. Like that. So that got us a wallet. We'll go to flight sheets. That. Already have that. Pool, we'll have to choose configure a miner because they don't have one selected. And then we're going to use what was the one for AMD? Somebody refresh my memory. Let's see. It was for NVIDIA, not for AMD. What was the name of it? CCMiner? Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. I should know that. I should have remembered that. So we'll go CCMiner here. Set up miner config. Algorithm. And this shows what algorithms that miner, I think this is the way this works. This shows what algorithms that particular miner that we chose, CCMiner, can mine. So we're looking for NeoScrypt. There it is. Alright. Let's go with the latest. We'll stay there. Wallet. We'll try to use the variables. Sometimes the variables don't work, or they cause problems. Pool URL. We'll try to use. We'll use what we did over here. Paste that in there. No extra parameters or anything like that. Apply changes. SPLB, YouTube, and then create. Now we will go over here to workers. We'll go to the NVIDIA rig. Oh, it came back up. Go to the NVIDIA rig. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, shares accepted over there. And then we will go to the rocket, the flight sheets up here, and we'll choose SPLB, and then apply. And then you should see it shut down over here. And probably in a couple of seconds, I'll be able to refresh and bring it up and hopefully be mining. Says get work failed. HTTP request failed. Let's see if I can show you what it's telling me. Actually, I know I can. Go down here to. So this is the error that I'm getting on this. Probably, maybe I need the stratum and stuff in there, probably, in the flight sheet. Let's go back over here. So for the pool, remember I didn't put in, I just put in that. I didn't put in stratum or anything like that. So let's try that. I know I'm over, it's 10:01, but I want to mine it on both. Hopefully. Let's put a password in here too. But see, the troubleshooting steps here. So I'm changing two things, right? I added the stratum plus TCP, and I'm also adding the password. So if it works, guess what? We don't know which one worked. So we would have to go back and remove one to see what actually works. All right, let's see here. Go back to workers. I think we're gonna do it, fellas and ladies, if there's any ladies in here. There we go, boom. Accepted share. We did it again. Now we did it on SimpleMining OS and Hive OS in one night in 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes, probably about 20 minutes. I know we're 3 minutes over, but that's still pretty good. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow night, same time and all that stuff. We're killing it, man. We are really killing it. Let's head over to BrandonCoin's live stream and check that out. I think he's doing a premiere. I'm not exactly sure, but let's check that out. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage.